Good morning. This is Pierre Laguerre here, your daily motivator, here to challenge, inspire, and motivate you this morning. So today on episode 449, I'm talking to you about what's the big deal about the follow-up. Why is following up so important? Well, let me tell you something interesting that I used to hear from my mentor. He would always say, the money is in your list, but the fortune is in the follow-up. And the point here is this: if you've got a list of customers, any kind of list of prospects for that matter, you have to always go through your list and talk to that list, talk to the people on that list to actually find out where real opportunities exist. But in the end, the fortune is truly in the follow-up. So let's talk about the days before the internet. Real salespeople would follow up by phone. They would send out snail mail. And basically, they would find out ways to always get a client to get online and absolutely have a conversation with them. So one of the key things I want to tell you is this: the fortune is indeed in the follow-up. So one of the key ways for you to follow up with your client, number one, is what? You've got to have and take advantage of your thank you page after they've gotten a lead magnet from you. So understand this: we're talking about lead conversion this week. How exactly are you going to convert somebody that comes to your web page, to your landing page for that matter, because you've put a specific offer in front of them? Well, one of the things you should be absolutely leveraging is your thank you page. What's the big deal about the thank you page? Well, that's where a lot of people are wasting precious real estate. When somebody comes, number one, to download something from you, and you giving them something away for free, on your thank you page, that's where you can actually upsell something. The thank you page is the place where you can put a short video and simply say, hey, you think this is great? Look, here's something else that I have for you. You can pick up a copy of this now, and that's going to make a difference for you. So I want you to start understanding the power in your thank you page. You cannot simply put out a lame thank you page and say, thank you, go to your mailbox and grab this. And you can use the thank you page in multiple locations. One of them can be after somebody has entered their information. That's the first opportunity you have to interact with them after your landing page. And of course, the second opportunity is in your email. So again, for me, I love to make sure that anybody that comes to download a lead magnet, an irresistible offer, they end up going to their mailbox, right? Their inbox to get that copy. The reason is simple: getting you used to the fact that even though your mailbox may be packed with other emails, I want them to be used to seeing my name in their email so that they know whenever I send them email, there's value for them. And that's the same thing I want you to get used to doing for your clients, your prospects. You want to make sure you're sending them an email where they can download whatever it is you have sent them. So what is the fortune that exists in email follow-up? Well, let's talk about it. A lot of the internet marketers that I follow in the last 10 years or so, they've built mailing lists to the tune of 500,000 people, some of them. 500,000 people. Very targeted list of folks that they know are interested in what it is they sell. And of course, a lot of these marketers, they've built what we call digital real estate. And their digital real estate is nothing more than the opportunity that they have to create something that people can ultimately buy from them, just like real estate in the real world. So for them, when they have such a mailing list, any new product they create, any event they're having, it's easy for them to sell that event, to sell that product by virtue of simply sending an email to their list. But following up, what's big about following up, if somebody is a first-time prospect on your list, you should have an automated follow-up process. You know, in the old days, it used to be, hey, do you have an autoresponder? It's great to have an autoresponder, but now you need to have automation. Automation does more than just one response. Because, think with me, just because somebody got on your list does not mean they're buying something from you. Now, keep in mind, they may not necessarily be ready to purchase anything from you. And that's okay. They're not ready. Your job is to nurture them. Your job is to bring them closer. Your job is to invite them to webinars. Your job is to invite them to see other products that you have in your arsenal. So that's why email follow-up is so important. But without the proper automation tools, it becomes a real issue, because now you've touched that prospect once. Meanwhile, your competition is going after them once a week or twice a month or once a month. Even once a month is better than no time at all. So let me tell you the greatest story of follow-up. The name of the guy is Joe Girard. He's a salesman in cars back in the 70s. And so Joe, one day he sold, I believe the record was 13 or 14 cars in one day. And the reason was because every month, anyone that had ever been to his office and had inquired about a car, he put them on his list and he would send them a postcard every month. Now, of course, all Joe Girard put on those postcards was simply a thank you for stopping by recently and I like you. So Joe Girard was nurturing his potential clients. And of course, it came to a point where he was sending out so many of these postcards, he had to hire two assistants just to help him send out those postcards daily. So eventually, this man ended up selling more than 13,000 cars in I think it was less than 15-year period. But when he started selling, it was not so successful. But he figured out the best way to reach out to folks was to let them know he cared. And of course, by him doing this, he reached out to folks. So here's a third way, by the way. So I talked about the first way, that's your thank you page when somebody comes to get something from you electronically. The second way to follow up is email, right? And a third way here is leveraging text or even Facebook Messenger or chatbot. So let's talk about text, for example. With text, what's important about it is it's just another way. You go to a store, you pay your bill at that store, you buy something from that store, and on your way out or the next day, you get a text that says, hey, thank you for visiting us. Thank you for supporting this particular store. We have other discount coupons available for you. So this is now leveraging a coupon. Now, this is a different kind of business, of course, but at least by letting people know we have a coupon, you can ask them, do you want to opt in? Again, give people the opportunity to opt in. And once they opt in, now you can welcome them into your program, whether it's some kind of, whatever name you have for the program, right? Think about it as a rewards program, for example. And so once that client joins the program, you start nurturing them. Now, this is with somebody that has already become a customer, but you're nurturing them. Why? Because understand that 55% of sales will come from existing customers in any one quarter. So if you don't nurture that customer, you are missing out on the fortune. What's another way? And this is a bonus for you. Quickly, retargeting. You've heard of remarketing. That's the other term for it. Retargeting, you have a list of folks. Maybe right now you have a list of folks on your phone. You have names and phone numbers and potentially emails. Go ahead in an interface like Facebook. They actually support what's called a custom audience. You can upload all these names and phone numbers and emails into a custom audience. And then now Facebook allows you to retarget these folks, meaning put an ad specifically in front of them. Now, these people are your prospects. They know you, they like you, they trust you, and maybe they don't even yet trust you to be the one to sell them whatever it is you have as a product or service. However, because you are showing up in front of them, when they think of that product or service, they automatically think of you. So before you go, you may be asking, Pierre, how do I convert more prospects into clients? Well, number one, you need to have some lead magnets. And so what I've done for you is put together a list of 31 different lead magnet types. I want you to go ahead and download a copy so you can see what types of offers you can put before your audience. One of them is absolutely missing from that list. So go through that list and see at the end which one that is. But at the end of the day, I want you to be able to put something of value in front of your prospect. And of course, you can find your copy at eonthemove.com/31 magnets. That's eonthemove.com/31 magnets. That's the number 3, 1, and magnets. Right? So go there and get your copy. So indeed, the money is in your list, but the fortune is in the follow-up. So this is Pierre Laguerre, always challenging you to follow up with your prospects because you don't know which one is going to pull the trigger today or tomorrow. Again, the goal here is not to go only after the 3% that everybody out there is vying for, but to keep nurturing your prospects and current customers so that your fortune will absolutely grow and you can make more profits as you serve your prospects and your clients. This has been Pierre Laguerre, your Daily Motivator. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Leave me a comment. Have a great day.